It is Saturday and today is a doing day. And just to add to the mess and chaos, I haven't mentioned this, but our dishwasher broke 2 weeks ago, so every day is washing up duty day until we can get we've got to get the electrics sorted for it before we can get a new one. More expense, more stress. So I'm just doing the washing up because I need to clear the space because I am going to dye my hair today. Got my Davina dye. I always say to Dan, can you get me my Davina hair please? So that's what I'm going to do in a minute after I've finished clearing up everything from breakfast. Dan is outside mixing concrete because he is going to fill in the hole in the garden where we dismantled a raised flower bed. So we've got a couple of days of no rain, so it's a good day to do it. There are boxes all over the house because we have continued a little bit this morning with our clearing out of our room because it needs to be completely emptied, ready for plasterers coming towards the end of the month because we're redoing our bedroom. The only room we haven't done in 6 years of living here. So it's about time. And we've had to remove half the kickboards in the kitchen as well because of needing to get in for the dishwasher problem. So it just feels like the house is falling down around my ears at the moment. It's not my ideal situation. I don't cope well with mess, and I'm going to be living with mess for quite a long time. Anyway, enough moaning and complaining. It's time to get on with it, finish this washing up, and turn myself into Davina McCall.
We got time on our side. We're in a state of home. I need you on my fire. I want you to know that every time you're away, I long for you. So
Not be alarmed, this is me without a fringe. I'm just having a cup of tea. My mum brought round some tea bags the other day. Oh, I just looked out the window and the old concreting's looking pretty good. I'll film that in a second. They're Yorkshire tea, but they're tea and toast flavoured. Now, Yorkshire tea also do a tea and biscuit flavoured one, which I've never really liked. Dan likes those. But the tea and toast smelt intriguing, so I'm having that now, and it's really, really nice. I don't know if I could drink it often, because I do like my plain old Yorkshire tea. But yeah, tea and toast Yorkshire tea, very nice. Yesterday, I ran out of time with all the book chatter to talk about my hexagon cow. Oh, hang on, Dan wants his... Dan needs this.
I'm actually really pleased with that.
He's very pleased with himself. Dan's not your... he's not very handyman-ish, but his mum's husband that's what he does, is builder. So he had a long conversation with him and got all the advice on what materials he needed and what he needed to do, and so he's very pleased with himself. What was I saying? Oh yes, my hexagon cow, which is now on the floor. I meant to tell you yesterday, but I ran out of time because we were talking too much about books. And thank you very much for your comments that have been coming in. I just love it when you respond to, like, if we're talking about books or another subject and then you respond with your own recommendations. I just absolutely love it. I'm constantly writing stuff down or adding stuff to my Amazon wish list. I'm going to need 2 lifetimes in order to try everything that you recommend. So thank you very much, and I'm glad you enjoyed it. And we are very much a family of readers. Yeah, where would we be without books and crafts? What was I saying? Oh yes, the hexagon thing. I think I've already said I'm making it into a cow. I had this sudden sort of flash of inspiration that if I joined it all together in a row, I would be able to do it exactly so that it took me a bit of working out, but I managed to use every single one to make a cow shape. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to straighten off the edges somehow and do a little border. And then I'm going to have a bit of a crazy hexagon, very, very neon cow. So I'm going to try and crack on with that a bit today, work out how I'm going to do it. Yeah, so I'm very pleased with that because it means they all got used, and I'm sure me or Phoebe will definitely wear this a lot. I've lost my train of thought again. Anyway, the timer's going to go off in a minute, so I'm going to finish my tea and go and rinse this dye off my hair. I'm going to be a transformed person by the time you see me next. I just found this. Lilia did it yesterday when they were on their brownie zoom. Look, just made me a little bit sniffly. Here I am as a superhero. I have a yarn attack function, a super cool fringe, platform so she's taller than her teenage daughter, a recycled supersuit and a homemade cape. Look, she's written some really lovely things. I'm not going to read it out because it'll just make me cry. You can pause it and read it if you like. But 3 interesting facts. She knits. She's going to do a mud run for charity. She works very hard even when it seems nearly impossible. Aww. You think they're not watching you, don't you? There I am. I look very slim as a superhero. And then Phoebe did her sister, and this is what she's drawn. She says she's really nice and brilliant at art. Lilia is also inspirational because she is amazing at being a big sister. She's a brilliant artist. She always makes me happy when I'm sad. She's extremely funny. Accurate.
Time on our side. We're in a state of home.
I had some questions about these egg poachers after I used them the other day, so I thought I'd just show you because Phoebe has requested poached eggs on toast for her lunch. So these, you can get them on Amazon, I'll link them underneath. They're silicone, and I've just put a little blob of olive oil in them and rubbed it around with a kitchen towel just to give it a little bit of grease on there. You just break your egg into them carefully so that the yolk stays intact. So these are sold as large eggs, and they're about they weigh about 70 grams. And I am going to pop them in a pan of boiling water, put the lid on, and then leave them for 4 minutes, just over 4 minutes, maybe 4 minutes and 5 seconds, and that should make them come out absolutely perfectly for this size of egg. Okay, we've had 4 minutes, so I'm just going to run a clean knife just very gently around the edge to make sure it loosens and doesn't just come out in several bits. And just try to very gently make sure that it's come loose all round, and then I'm going to tip it out. Perfect. Oh, not so perfect, but it's still intact. Nice wobble. Now we have to pass it over to Phoebe for the ultimate test.
So, what I'm going to be doing is testing Mum's eggs that she has made for me. So here they are. Right.
Oh. That looks good. You're going to eat that before you do the other one?
Yeah.
We'll come back for the test of egg number 2.
Okay, so it's now time for egg number 2, and if you're wondering where egg number 1 went, it went inside of me. Right, let's go. Look at that.
Oh, that's even better than the first one.
Oh my goodness. This is fabulous.
I'm emptying stuff out of wardrobes again. My hair's all fluffy from having dyed it and washed it, and I've had a lovely bath as well. I'm going to go and play some pinny ponds with Phoebe in a minute, but I just wanted to clear one more box out. I've been dreading doing this one. It's a huge heavy box full of pictures and things that we've got nowhere to hang. So I'm kind of torn between keeping them because we'll be able to hang them up somewhere one day, or getting rid of them. And I don't know what to do. I don't like keeping things for the sake of it, but I'll show you a couple of the bits. I've already decided what to do with this. This is an old Ordnance Survey map. It's absolutely falling apart. It's of London and the South East, all around where we live. As you can see, it's all sellotaped with, even the sellotape is disintegrated at the corners, and it's got like scribbles all over it. I don't know if it was my dad's or if I bought it on eBay or something, but I think, oh, I've got loads of crumbly bits of old sellotape now. I think I'm going to put this in my pile of stuff for scrapbooking and art journaling when I have a bit more mind space to learn more about that, because I think this will be a lovely thing to use, particularly as it's areas, you know, around where we are. It might be good as part of a travel journal to record the places we visit in the area, or possibly as part of my life book when I start my new one. So that's what I'm going to do with that. But I've also got some pieces of art. For example, Dan's step granddad was an artist. He died a few years ago. He was a funny guy. He was a boxer. That was his job. He trained boxers, and but he was also an astrologer and an artist. He was quite two different things. So I've got a few of his watercolours, I think they are. So he did these all from his head. He didn't work from any reference. So this is a kind of Stonehenge one, which I always just kind of like the colours of. It's battered and creased. So I've got that, and I've got one of his artworks here that I think one of the girls chose. It's just a hut in an imagined landscape, which I really like. And we've got one here that's actually in a frame. I think I don't know if he'd had it framed. It's not terribly well framed, and that's just like a woodland scene. And I really like them, but we've just got nowhere to put them at the moment. And obviously there's a sentimental attachment to them as well, because they were by someone in Dan's family. I've got lots of postcards here that I bought when we went to New York for our first wedding anniversary. We went to the museum where there was a load of Edward Hopper things, so I got postcards. I've got a print somewhere as well, actually. I might put in here to keep it safe. Oh, sorry, something in my eye. So, hello Phoebe.
What you doing?
I'm just talking to the vlog. Are we going to play Pinnipons?
Sure.
When are we doing that?
Whenever you want.
I've got this beautiful print here that my friend Charlotte, I don't know if Charlotte's watching, I know she does sometimes, so if you are Charlotte, hello. She lives in the States, but she's originally from the UK. And for my 40th, she bought me this gorgeous print. It came in this gorgeous box. This was the card that came with it. Now, I mentioned the other day, or it might have been on my podcast actually, I might be getting confused. But I'm a little bit obsessed with Alice in Wonderland, the story, the aesthetic. I absolutely love the Tim Burton version with Johnny Depp. I love it. And Charlotte got me this card, which I've kept safe ever since, and this print. So of course, I really want this up. I really want to get this in a good frame, and I really want to have that up somewhere. It's just a case of where. Do you have gallery walls in your homes? I don't have that. I feel a bit intimidated by trying to create one, I think. I've got a couple of my sister's cross stitches that she's made me over the years. So this is a cross stitch she did for Dan and I after our wedding. It's got the poem that we had on our orders of service. It's from the end of The Nightmare Before Christmas. Yeah, so she cross-stitched that for us and had it framed as a present after we got married. But again, I've just got nowhere to put it at the moment. And this is another one of her cross stitches, which I had framed, like properly framed. And it's a sampler. It's a sampler with the theme being red, obviously. I used to have this up in my hallway in the old house, but it doesn't really fit so well now. But I really, really love it. So obviously I'm never going to get rid of the things my sister made. So yeah, I've got, and there's just a load of frames that, you know, spare frames that I've held on to in case we're going to use them. I've got yeah, things like that. And it's just, what to do with them. I don't want them to just live in a box for 30 years. But at the same time, I don't want to get rid of them and then think, oh, I wish I still had that artwork to hang up. So, what to do? I was just putting it away and I found this in a plastic bag. I was obviously planning on framing it at some point. It's a tea towel, and it's a comprehensive guide for making conversation in the northeast of Scotland. And it's all Doric. It's all Doric phrases. So I think what I might do with this is maybe make a bag with it. I love it. But I think it might be better as a bag than framed. Oh, I don't know. Or maybe I'll just use it as a tea towel. Who knows?
Welcome to my bedroom, everybody. Me and my mum are going to play some ping pongs because why not? And it's super fun. So we have to be quiet and go past her. She's just never there.
It's a miracle that you and I find.